Hey, what's up guys, this is Steve here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. So it's been a few days since I've done a video, and so what I want to do is talk about sort of my plans for what the future video is going to be like, and also what this video is going to be about. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about Rajana, which is a sister to Zlata, one of the last heroes I had talked about. And then moving forward, I'm going to be able to get the event hero here. I'm really close to getting Ozanka. And so when I do, I'm going to also talk about her skills because it's a little bit different, and also how you could use her, and you know, whether this is a hero that would be really good for you to use. So I do want to talk about her next, and then after that I'm going to focus on Zora. Zora and Rajana are, you know, two sister heroes that have very different abilities, and I believe they're good in different situations. So I think Rajana is going to be better for you in rifts and against you know, potentially your raid bosses, whereas Zora is probably going to be better for PvP fights and eventually when Guild Wars comes around. So we'll talk about her next after Ozanka, but I just wanted to make sure that I provide the information on what to expect. Now, if you take a look at Rajana, her ability, you know, she deals damage to a single enemy. Okay, so it's based on attack, and then she also has a chance to inflict life leech on a single enemy. And so life leech is an ability that gives you it's an ability that when you inflict on the boss, you will be able to restore 5% of health every time you do an attack against the boss. And so what we're going to do is, if you take a look at my Discord server, you can actually see the skill here. So if you go into my Discord server and you type in skill and you type in life leech like this, you're going to see that there are a total of 4 heroes that have life leech, and only Rajana has is the rare hero that does it. So it makes her kind of unique across all the rare heroes, and basically this is why I say she's better against a raid boss, because you're generally going to be fighting against a single boss, and all of your heroes will be able to get a little bit of life gain. If you take a look at her passive ability, she also deals 20% more damage if an enemy is affected by a negative status. So she deals more damage, and the mana gain is increased by 1. She starts with 18, and then if you get the max passive ability, it gives you up to 19. So giving her 1 mana set will then get it nicely rounded up to 20, so that you can charge your skill when you get to, you know, 5 gem matches. So what we can do here is we're going to talk about her loadout, and then I'm going to give the code, and then afterwards we'll go and see her in action. So if you take a look at the loadout here, this is something where I would normally say, oh, because she's an attacker type, just, you know, load her up with attack, right? So this is how I normally would do. So you can see I have boots as an attack, and then armor is also attack. I do have critical rate here because I don't have much critical rate at all, and so I do need to get her close to that 100% critical rating. And then you have your general, you know, shield, helmet, and your weapon all focused on critical damage and critical rate. One thing to think about with her, though, is that because she has the chance to inflict life leech, which is considered a negative status, you have to think about accuracy. So right now my accuracy is at 39%, and against just like regular, you know, regular rift bosses, that's okay. But if you're going to deal against a raid boss who has higher resistance, you're going to need to get your accuracy higher value if you plan on using this ability. So you kind of have to do a little bit you have to sort of pick and choose here. Do you want to use Rajana as a pure damage dealer? Then you don't need to worry about her special ability that also inflicts life leech. If you want to use it so that everyone else can benefit from it, then you kind of have to balance a little bit and get your accuracy value high. All right, so having said all of that, let's go and do a code now. So let's go ahead and redeem. So what we're going to do is we're going to be going in a rift, and, you know, because right now we are in the event where you have to hunt for a lot of dust, this is going to be the code, and that is going to be dust hunting. Okay, so if you type this into your redeemable codes and hit confirm, you're going to get some rainbow dust, which is a really good gift here. So hopefully this will help you out as well. And then also at the same time, you can, you know, I have another gift, redeemable code, which I will do at the end of the video. Okay, so let's go and jump into Darkwoods actually. So I wanted to show you a team that would work. So we're gonna go up against level 15 because we have a blue boss here, and because what we want is we want to see that a boss deals more damage with negative status. I thought it would be interesting, even though it's a completely wrong affinity here. I'm gonna bring in Kusai here. I also brought in Lethai to compare sort of another rare earth hero, a green hero that can deal a lot of damage. And so let's go and do a fight here. So the idea here is I want to try and inflict negative status, and ultimately just having Alton in there is sufficient because Alton will have decreased defense, which is a negative status already. But what I want to do is I wanted to just load it up and then have all of my heroes deal as much damage as I can. Just let's see how much damage we can deal here. We can just do kind of a comparison. So 14,000 from Lethai and 13,000 from Rajana. So very similar there. And if you think about it, Rajana actually is lower level right now than Lethai. And if you compare their attack value right now, so let's take a look. So stats here, Lethai's attack is at 2,500. And Rajana's attack is at 1,800, but their damage was actually, kind of similar there. And so she does definitely deal a lot of damage once you can level her up more as well. Okay, and so right now we're still just focusing on the mob, and what we'll do is we'll take a look at what happens when we start dealing with the Goliath, which is our main boss here. Okay, so let's try and see if we can finish this up. And also the way that I have, you notice that the way I have put her in the formation, I put her on the far right because one of the things that I could have done is I could have put her before Lethai. Actually, I think that would have been better because there is a chance that she could inflict life leech against the boss, and then if I can go first, then everyone else that goes after her could then benefit from it. And so that is the one thing that I could have done as well. But generally, because she deals damage to a single boss, you do want to put her a little bit further to the right after all of the area of effect damage dealers go. Okay, and so let's see. So this is perfect because we're going to be getting damage, and so let's see how much we heal. So everyone's going to be dealing some damage, and you can see that Lethai healed for a little bit. You see that Streetbog also healed for a little bit. Everyone is going to be healing after they hit the boss, if the boss is inflicted with life leech, and so that gives you a little bit of health. And the more health your unit has, the more they heal. So you saw Streetbog heal for about over 2,000, and Lethai with much lower health heal for about over 800. And so that is, that allows you, like, generally if you need to, sort of deal with survivability, for example, this could help. This could be very helpful if you can get Rajana to hit, and then everyone can continue to deal damage to the boss, then you can heal a little bit more. So it's kind of like having your green dragon on, and you kind of, you heal based on the number of times that you hit the boss. And so that allows you to bring another dragon into it. So usually Sapphire Dragon is good so that you could heal better. All right, so let's go ahead and do our second code here. So let's go ahead and redeem. And what we're going to do is we're going to enter our second code, and that is going to be new rifts. We didn't show a new rift here, but you can see here Rajana is at level 44, pretty good damage dealer, and if you can get her negative status to go, you can also heal every time you deal damage. And so with the new rift, here are some additional rainbow dust, so this should also help you with your events. So this is definitely the right time to be claiming these codes. All right, so hopefully this is going to help you out quite a bit. I think it should. I think this is a pretty good gift. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me for this video. So what I think about Rajana, definitely, in terms of comparing Rajana versus her sisters, I really like Zlata the best. Okay, so I like Zlata the best in terms of just like overall, like, she is much more well-rounded overall. Okay, so Zlata can go everywhere. Rajana is going to be better for you against, you know, raid bosses, and also against, like I said, raid bosses and against, you know, rift bosses. Whereas Zora as well as Nadeya are going to be better for you for PvP type fights. And so next time when I come back and do these sisters, I'll focus on Zora, and then we can talk about her loadout, how you use her, and we can see her in action. So that's going to be it from me today, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now. Take care.